Hey guys, Justice here with tomorrow's Filmmakers.com, and today we're talking about probably the most fun filmmaking tool that you will ever use, the OneWheel. Now, in case you guys don't know what a OneWheel is, it's basically a self-propelled motorized skateboard that, once you've practiced a lot, can actually be a really useful tool for filmmaking. It can allow you to move really quickly and smoothly with a camera on a gimbal or just holding a camera with your bare hands. So it's a really amazing tool that you can actually get super smooth movements with a gimbal or without a gimbal, and it can really aid to your filmmaking projects. Now, there's definitely a huge learning curve when using any sort of equipment like this, but once you get the hang of it, not only will it aid your filmmaking projects, but it will also be probably the most fun filmmaking tool you have ever used in your entire life. And if you would like to learn how to use all this sort of equipment to create cinematic videos, check out our full course at tomorrowsfilmmakers.com, where you can learn with over 20,000 other filmmakers just like you, and you can get our entire lifetime membership for only 97 bucks. And no, before you ask, OneWheel did not sponsor us. Send us one to review or tell us to say any of this stuff, and no, we're not getting some affiliate commission if you decide to buy one. We simply found an incredible filmmaking tool that we want to share with you guys because it is literally so much fun, okay? Glad I could clear that up. Now, history lesson. Since the beginning of time, filmmakers have been trying to combine cameras and wheels to get smooth motion. And every movie on the planet has some sort of wheel or mechanism for smooth video. Even when I first started my career, I would literally hold a camera and have someone push me around in a wheelchair to get smooth shots. I've used rollerblades, I've used hoverboards, I've used wheelchairs and golf carts, and even Heelys whenever they were popular. And what am I saying? Matt still wears Heelys. I've basically used everything I could to get smooth shots. Now today we have gimbals which are designed to stabilize your footage. And while these are amazing and I use them for pretty much every single shoot, there are still ways that a OneWheel is even better than a gimbal. Or combining a OneWheel and a gimbal is just mind-blowing. So what separates a OneWheel from a hoverboard or a skateboard or a bicycle or something like that? Well, not only can it go off-road, like in grass and dirt and rocks and concrete, it can go up to 20 miles an hour, some of the newer ones, and it won't catch fire like your hoverboard will. But all of this to say that we've actually used OneWheels for filmmaking, and we love the look that it gives and the ease of use, and there's many different ways that we've combined it with gimbals to completely change the look of our projects, and I want to show you guys exactly how we do that. Okay, so the first reason why you would want to use a OneWheel is for speed. Now sure, you can follow somebody and do a tracking shot with a gimbal and just walk behind them. What if they start jogging, or even worse, running? Or even worse, a FedEx truck drives by? Now what do you do? I'm not gonna leave it in there.
That's so funny.
So now what do you do? I mean, you can keep following them with your gimbal and start running after them, but the faster that you run, the more likely you will start to add camera shake. Now, a gimbal is a fantastic tool, but with your legs running at full speed, there is only so much that a gimbal can handle. This is where the OneWheel can come into play. Following someone while riding a OneWheel allows you to move much faster and achieve smooth following or tracking shots while picking up some speed. So go ahead, go try chasing a car on your feet and try to get a stable shot. You can't. However, with a OneWheel, it becomes way more possible. Now, of course, there are different models of OneWheel. Some go from 12 to 15 miles an hour. Some can go all the way to 20 miles an hour, which is just insane. But regardless of how fast your OneWheel can go, it definitely beats walking and running with your legs. So if you're needing some fast shots or maybe someone running, use a OneWheel, even with your gimbal. I've also found that you can add very unique establishing shots, or really any shot for that matter, using a OneWheel at top speed. So if you're filming a commercial, you would typically establish the location by walking smoothly, maybe from around the corner and show the location. But if you get on your OneWheel and speed up, it adds an entirely different feel to the shot. It almost looks like a low-flying drone. This is very difficult to achieve with using a gimbal and just running at top speed. Now, the next thing you're gonna find way easier when riding a OneWheel is having just stability in general. And what I mean by this is when you're riding the OneWheel, you're basically taking away all of the human aspect of a stabilizer or using a gimbal. Because no matter how fast or slow you walk with a gimbal, if you don't bend your knees and walk correctly, the shot won't be stable. You have to walk a certain way to get those smooth shots. So the gimbal does help with your upper half being stable, but your lower half will still make or break the shot. This is especially true for, like we just said, when the speed picks up and you start moving faster and running. No matter how smooth or expensive your gimbal is, it still all depends on how you walk and how you move. This is completely eliminated when you're riding on a OneWheel, because it literally is just a wheel as acting like a dolly cam for your rig. And so your shots will be much, much smoother, especially at higher moving speeds. The biggest problem with using a gimbal is eliminated when using a OneWheel. Now, of course, using a OneWheel takes practice to get used to, so don't think that you'll buy one and immediately be able to go 20 miles an hour on it. Practice makes perfect. It takes some time to get used to, but once you learn, you will look for opportunities to use it, I promise. Another thing I love about using a OneWheel is something I like to call controlled chaos. Now let me explain what I mean. Let's say you're wanting to get a grittier handheld look, or maybe someone's running from someone, or it's a gym promo and you want it to be really upbeat and kind of gritty. You want to take your camera, hold it, and get those really cool handheld quick shots. The biggest blunder that you can make when shooting handheld is to show steps or show that there is a camera operator. For example, if you're wanting to do a handheld shot and you're just holding it like this, that looks cool. But whenever you have to start running, this no longer looks cool. This looks like there's a camera operator and someone is running around in circles. If the audience can tell that there is a camera operator, it takes them out of the moment. What you can do is have that handheld look, but not be running around and taking your audience out of the moment. If you have someone running and you want to show a handheld look, we simply hold the camera with our hands, but our feet will be smooth because we're on a OneWheel. Now you have what I like to call controlled chaos. This means that you are in complete control of how much camera shake you want to put into your shot without being forced to because you're just running really fast. I would use this in maybe like a fight scene or a gym promo and tons of other projects where you want to have that handheld look without the look of a camera operator. What I also love about this tool is the overall convenience of it. So if you're out filming B-roll in a city or walking around and going all these places, especially if you have to carry your gimbal and a bunch of other gear, you can literally hop on your OneWheel and drive around looking for something to film, and then whenever you get there, film it on the OneWheel and then drive away, and you actually never even get off of your OneWheel. So it's literally a filmmaking tool that can take you to filmmaking locations, film, and then leave that same filmmaking location. It's the perfect filmmaking sidekick that not only helps you around in general, but it's also an incredible tool to use with your projects. So for me, if I was going to use the OneWheel practically on some sort of shoot or project, I wouldn't use it for every single shot. I would use it when needed. Like all the examples we just talked about. If I was shooting at a gym, I would really use some sort of cool establishing shot, maybe getting that controlled chaos and smoother motions. But then for the close-up shots, I would do something different, like go handheld or something like that. And that's what I love about this tool. It's not the tool that will change the game, but it's the perfect sidekick to your filmmaking projects. It is the Robin to the Batman. Now these are extremely versatile and work on almost any surface you can think of. Concrete obviously works the best, but so does grass and rocks and dirt. And you don't have to worry about those little rocks or cracks that would absolutely destroy you on a skateboard or a rollerblade. This thing will go over it absolutely no problem whatsoever. So I hope that you enjoyed this video on using the OneWheel and maybe to think outside of the box a little more when it comes to purchasing and using gear. Of course, buy that new lens or that new camera, but also you could spend some money, you get something really cool like this to add to your list of equipment. It's an extremely fun and versatile piece of gear that will not only make you look really cool, but more importantly, act as a practical means to achieve stabilization in your footage, especially if you're moving quickly and getting those fun action shots that require a lot of momentum. From establishing shots to creative looking shots with tons of movement, the OneWheel might be your new favorite piece of filmmaking gear. So I hope this video has really helped you guys out. Be sure to check out our full course at tomorrowsfilmmakers.com and learn with over 20,000 other filmmakers just like you to take their career to the next level and learn all the skills that you need to succeed.